Welcome to Digital Asset News. Take a top stories in cryptocurrency and digital assets and break them down to bite-sized pieces. So tonight we're going to take a look at just what in the heck is going on with the market as it is dropping drastically. And we're going to take a look at a couple of stories, of course, the news, but I can just sum it up really quick in 4 pieces. Elon Musk, U.S. residents have to pay taxes by tomorrow. Whales, and on Sundays, things just get dumped. So that is essentially what's going on. And there's just a couple of caveats to the stories. But first, before we start, I just want to say I apologize. I'm coming to you from my condo in Puerto Rico. We just got in, and we were traveling all day and flying. And I wasn't going to do a video today because I don't like to do a lot of those things when I'm traveling across the country. But when we left town, wasn't too much going on. I even put a tweet when I was in the airport. I'm like, getting ready for the Sunday dump, because every Sunday the crypto market dumps. It's just how it is. Whether that be because the Asian markets open up early and they get people riled up, or people are just selling from their gains in the week, or whatever it is. It's just always Sunday. It just seems like everything dumps. So didn't think too much of it. Got on our plane, hopped off in 4 hours. And I looked at the market. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird, because that's more of a dump than I expect. And then, of course, we get here, and all of a sudden, it's just a big S show. It's just like, what the heck is going on? So here's where we're at. Right now, we have a market cap of $2.09 trillion, which is amazing, because just like a year ago, we were at $200 billion. So, yeah, we took nothing like losing about $400 billion in a couple of weeks, but that's is what it is. So if you're new to crypto, welcome. First of all, these dips that we see, these pullbacks, they're pretty normal. But this is abnormal, and I'm going to tell you why. And before I even move on, I want to tell you one other thing. There's no need for alarm. There's no need for panic. This is just the markets being skittish and price discovery. So I'm going to tell you what I do in these situations, and hopefully it can help you out. Now, none of the things that I talk about today should be construed as investment advice. It's just investment opinion. This is just what I do, and it's served me pretty well over the years. So 2.07 trillion, as I was talking, just keeps going down. Amazing. So we'll take a look at the actual prices right now and what we have and where we're going. So Bitcoin, 44,500, which is pretty good, pretty amazing, because we were just at like 64,000 maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And yeah, I mean, I even had CJ and Monty from Market Rebellion. They were on Alex's show, and they said, look, if Bitcoin falls below 47,500 for a level of support, it could go down to 38,000. That's just what they said. And even Ryan was like, hey, don't scare everybody. He's like, that's just tacticals, man. That's just what's going on. And I can see it, and that might actually happen. Next up, Ethereum is below 3,400, which it's shed about almost $1,000. I think it touched 4,300 at some point. So it is what it is. Binance Coin is down. Cardano is like one of the ones that just is actually over the last 7 days is up, but 24 hours it's still down. Everything's getting pretty slaughtered, as it were, to use the King's English. And yeah, so before you freak out and just go, this is the worst day of my life, I want to show you some things, and I want to put your mind at ease a little bit. So let's break in and talk about what this all, where did this all come from? Okay, so this is a great little piece over there at bitcoin.com, and I'm going to skip the stuff about the world markets, because I read it and it was good. Just here's the meat and potatoes of it. So on Sunday afternoon, this will be this Sunday, we're looking at May 16th, 2021, Elon Musk was on the podcast for Peter McCormick. I think it's like what Bitcoin did or something like that. And he made the statement. He said, look, Bitcoin is actually highly centralized, with supermajority controlled by a handful of big mining, aka hashing companies. And they had a little roundabout discussion, and that's what Elon said, which is, hey, that's his opinion. And some people right now, you may believe that is what it is, and that's what's going on in China. But from the miners that I talk to, they can unplug and go anywhere they want to at any time. The caveat, though, is that the job of every miner is to find the cheapest pool to join so they can make the most money. Unfortunately, the cheapest place is in China because of the hydroelectricity power. So there is just that caveat. So it is what it is. And then there's a tweet here, and I thought it was pretty funny. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. And this was today, almost 2:30 p.m. He says, "Hey, crypto experts, ever heard of PayPal? It's possible, maybe, that I know more than you realize about how money works." And I thought that was just funny, and it was kind of telling because Elon's pretty much of a jokester on Twitter, and he's got a lot of responsibilities for all these different companies. But here's a very funny thing. This guy is the CEO of a billion-dollar company of Tesla. He has shot rockets into space. He is trying to get us to the moon. He's trying to save civilization. He's trying to save the world in an eco-friendly way with their roof solar panels. But yet, he hasn't really cracked too much. I mean, he's pretty cool under fire if you ever watched his interviews. However, the crypto Twitterverse cracks him just enough for him to answer back and go, hey, and kind of be a little bit more aggressive. Like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I am this guy. So I'm thinking to myself, even me, I get kind of ticked off on Twitter sometimes because of comments. I'm like, well, look, if one of the smartest people in the world who's trying to do all these things gets cracked by crypto Twitter, I think I'm in good company. I just thought it was funny. And that was just that part. But here's what led to the crash. It was a Twitter exchange between a guy called Mr. Whale. I don't know what it is, but he said this. Bitcoiners are going to slap themselves next quarter when they find out Tesla dumped the rest of their Bitcoin holdings. If you're not aware, Bitcoin sold 10% of its Bitcoin holdings because they said that they wanted to test the liquidity. I thought that was a stupid answer because they're like, oh, this really is just to test it. I think you could test it for less than 10%, but who am I? I'm just some guy, right? But I've always said this, especially in every video when we're talking about Tesla. I believe, financial opinion, not financial advice, all that good stuff. I believe that Tesla will sell their Bitcoin because they are beholden to their stockholders. And when you have a bunch of people going, it's dying, or it's dipping, it's going down, you got to sell it. And you got a lot of people on the board and your shareholders saying the same thing, you will sell. And I think that, coupled with Elon having a lot of pressure, he's probably just like, I don't need this. I don't need this stuff. Right? I'm trying to save humanity. Forget it. And that's just my theory. This Mr. Whale said, with the amount of hate Elon Musk is getting, I wouldn't blame him essentially for selling. And Musk responded to this tweet and replied, indeed, which kind of lends it to like, look, I'm getting a lot of heat. There's a lot of problems. And if I might sell it, and indeed you are correct. So you can read into that any way you want to. But it's not just me reading into it. It's a lot of people reading into it. And that is one of the big problems with somebody coming in as a so-called savior and really pumping everything up. Look, in a very short amount of time, we had a lot of institutions come in. We've had the Mass Mutuals, the Duck-and-Millers, the Grayscale, the BlackRock. We've had the MicroStrategies. We've had all these big entities and corporations, Square, come in, all those things. Tesla, of course. And, we were really happy when this happened. But on the flip side of it, you have to look at it and go, well, you know what? It's time to pay the piper at some point. And this, I believe, is what is going to happen relatively, this year. That's all I can tell you. So when people say it's not going to happen as far as like selling crypto or Tesla selling off, they'll sell off. And that's the big thing. So to see the actual exchange, here it is. I will link it in the description. You can take a look at it. Bitcoins are going to slap themselves with the amount of hate. I wouldn't blame them. And then indeed, do I think that that's the only thing? No. And here's the second reason why I think there's a big sell-off. So not that everything revolves around the United States, even though I am a Yank, I'm an American. And secretly, I do believe that. Just kidding. So, in all honesty, with America, taxes are coming up and they're due May 17th. Every single year, it's due April 15th, 16th, somewhere around there. And we've always had in cryptocurrency a sell-off right before that, and then we have a strong end of the month in April. Go take a look at the charts. You can look at yourself. But the reason for it is because people like me have to pay taxes, right? If you're somebody who gets a tax return, you are not waiting till the very end. Usually not. You're usually like filing on February 1st, January 31st, or wherever, and you're trying to get that money as fast as possible. But if you're somebody like me and a lot of other people who have to actually pay taxes, we're waiting till the very last minute because we're trying to make that money work for ourselves. And right now, I will tell you that nothing has changed in that regard. So actually, this was the, I said, here's the reason for the Sunday dump. It's Sunday. Crypto dumps on Sunday. We'll take a look at that. Taxes due, Elon's tweet, and whales hiding and manipulating. And this is from Adam Avant. He says, finally a mention about U.S. taxes due this week. The people who were due refunds 5 weeks ago, of course. Yes, thanks so much. And I said, exactly. And I said, look, if for all those people who don't believe me that people don't wait until the last minute, I just put here, I said, I'm here to tell you, based on my referrals for crypto trader tax, I had the most people out of the whole time in one day, in one 24-hour time frame, signed up today to use cryptotrader.tax so they can get all their taxes in. Now, I'm just one person, right? So extrapolate that against everything else. And I even tagged Crypto Trader, and they said it's been a busy day, to say the least. I can guarantee this day and tomorrow is going to be a major crunch for them because everybody's going to be signing up. Everybody's going to want to be paying their taxes. So that is the second reason. And if you got to pay your taxes, what is liquid 24/7, 365? Cryptocurrency. So if you want to get on that, link in the description, CryptoTrader tax, Dan users or Dan viewers get 20% off, just so you know. And then some of the last things is this, and that is that Bitcoin, I just want to take a look at a chart, but every Sunday, like I talk about, it just seems like a dump. So like Elon Musk's tweet where he said, this was 8 hours ago. So right now it is about 9 p.m. So 8 hours ago, you're looking at like 1 o'clock. So right around here is when he said that. And you can see that even on Sunday, it was already dumping before. So here is Saturday. And then right when we get to Sunday at, 30 minutes past midnight, or after, and into the next day, you'll see it's almost at 50,000, and then it just starts dumping. A little bit of high and then dump. And a little bit of a push to 48 and then dump. And then a little Elon and then dump. And then Elon dump, right? And then we try to rebound. But I mean, look at this. It was all the way down to 44.6. That's pretty bad. And again, every Sunday, that's just how it kind of goes. Not every single Sunday, but most of the Sundays, you just see a big dump. So again, that's three things. So you got Elon, you got taxes due tomorrow, and you got the Sunday dump. And the last one is just something that someone brought to my attention, which said, hey, these whales that are here, they can use any excuse, and they can start to see, like, they see where things are going, and they could say, you know what, I see the writing on the wall. We're just going to start dumping along with, just these little tailors on the side, and then, we can just kind of just play it that way because we know things are going to slide down. And I actually even talked about this on Friday. I said, hey, do you want to be rich in crypto? Well, all you got to do is just follow Elon Musk and just watch his tweets and what he does. And on Friday, he had talked about how he's working with the Dogecoin developers to make Dogecoin awesome and for better transactions or whatever else. And of course, it's Dogecoin spiked by 10%, actually even more so. And a friend of mine actually bought thousands of thousands as soon as Elon Musk tweeted that, he waited for the 10% increase, and then he sold all of it, and he made like $1,000 in like 30 minutes. So, I mean, not a bad deal. And then, in this situation today, he said, you know, like what we talked about, all he had to do was just go, you know what, I'm just going to dump my Bitcoin, because Elon Musk tweeted it. And then of course it takes a big dive, you know, whatever percentage it was today. And it is what it is. And some people say, well, you know, don't give Elon that crown that he is actually the guy that moves Bitcoin. He is. And what do you want me to say? So, I mean, it is true. I mean, other people just play along with it, but it is what it is. So I'm just trying to let everybody know that's what's going on. Anyhow, so that's it for tonight. So there is one last thing I would like to say, though, and that is this. That tweet that I sent out, you know, where I talked about, you know, this is, you know, there's these many reasons for the dump, and I give the 4 reasons. The last thing I said was this. As a DCA investor, it doesn't matter to me. I buy dips, I buy sideways, I dollar cost average, and I don't really care. So again, like I do a little bit of trading, but it's like 5% of my portfolio. 95%, I just, every day, I buy a little bit of certain digital assets, and I just let it slide. I've been doing it since 2017. I do not care about a tweet here, or a merger there, or an acquisition this way. I've got my positions, and I just put it into those ones. Now, all of them won't be winners. I'm okay with that. I don't need everything to be a winner. I just need one big winner. And I just need one big winner, then a couple of medium size, and then a couple of okays, and maybe a failure or 2. I really don't care. Because I have enough stress in my life than to worry about crypto, digital assets, and people tweeting and making it that much volatile. That's it. So that's what I do. Not investment advice, just investment opinion, and it just works for me. It's worked for me for years. All right. So look, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. A lot of things we talk about are time sensitive, and that's it for tonight. I think I'm gonna hit the sack. It's been a long day. So thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one.